Discord will potentially become a public company. The new Marvel game could release this Christmas, and Sony are now renting PlayStations to UK and Japan players. All of this on today's TripleJump gaming news. Good morning, Ashton.
Good morning, Ben.
How are you doing?
Good.
Shall I ask you the question?
Please do.
Are you excited for the news?
Always.
Good. Then we start with some bad news.
Oh.
Discord may potentially become a public company. It is apparently valued at around $15 billion. This is, of course, the platform that so many different organizations and people and gamers all use for free. And it's incredibly versatile. A significant part of most people's daily lives.
Yeah.
Not most people, a lot of people's daily lives.
Yeah.
Most gamers' daily lives, let's say.
Absolutely. I mean, if you know what becoming a public company means, just look at all the bad companies. Like, what was the one? Imgur.
Imgur.
Yeah,
I'm a regular user
nice.
of image hosting site Imgur, which I just usually look at memes on and stuff.
Yeah.
And since they went public and sold it, it's been dreadful. It's been stuffed full of adverts. It's the N-flipification, as it's been coined in sort of the tech industry, of these kinds of social platforms. They sell, they become public, sell out to other interests, and then the platform becomes full of adverts, and it just gets worse and worse for the people using it.
Exactly. So this comes following the election of Donald Trump, which has led to a market where which is more friendly to tech giants who are wanting to make this move. Another thing Donald Trump has ruined. But from a statement from the Financial Times that Discord made, we understand that there's a lot of interest around Discord's future plans, but we do not comment on rumours or speculation. Our focus remains on delivering the best possible experience for our users and building a strong, sustainable business. So it's not confirmed. This isn't like, yes, we are selling and becoming a public company. This isn't the first time they've done this either. 2021, they were searching and looking at a few companies to buy them, including Microsoft. That then didn't happen. They remained as they are and started working with Sony. Sony became a minority shareholder in the company. But now they're again sort of searching for a little bit more money, perhaps. This could mean the implementation of adverts. It could mean subscription services. It could mean that the service is no longer free to most people, which is a big shame because, I used it quite a lot, and we obviously have a TripleJump Discord, and Discord is involved in PlayStation calling a lot. I know you use it quite a lot.
Yes, so when I play games with my friends, we use Discord to chat rather than the native PS5 chat functionality because we find the audio quality, even though we're using the same headset, is actually better through Discord's built-in functionality.
Yes, this isn't necessarily the greatest news. It might not happen, and if it does happen, it might not have a hugely negative effect, but history has proven time and time again, becoming a public company just means bad things for its users. Yeah.
Now, some might say that Jason Citron, great name, who founded Discord in 2015, deserves to get his flowers and make his money from creating a platform that's brought so much to so many people.
To which I would say, he probably already has his money.
Jason Citron probably does have a lot of money already, and also, yes, the trade-off will be that Discord potentially may become really bad. Over on the Reddit already, there are lots of threads and posts about how people are just saying, well, it's been fun, see you later, Discord. Anyone know of any social platforms where they're not considering, but stuff like that. And it's going to be a long time. This is just probably at this point a vocal worried minority, but it probably will be some time before we see any significant challenging of Discord's superiority, if indeed this ever happens. But yes, as you said, history has proven time and time again that public buyouts of platforms like this make it worse for the people who actually use them.
Indeed. But anyway, let's not worry about that right now.
No.
Let's focus on things being said what probably shouldn't have been said.
Yes.
Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, which is Amy Hennig's new game with Marvel Games and her company Skydance Games, potentially coming out this Christmas, which was maybe not supposed to have been revealed by one of the voice actors of the game.
Yes, so Carey Payton, who plays Black Panther, gave a quote when chatting about it, saying, We're still working. We're planning on 2025. We're thinking like a Christmas situation, but I'm so excited. He can't help himself.
No.
Voice actors can't help themselves, saying things that they shouldn't be saying. We haven't really heard from it since it was announced last year.
Yeah.
Really excited for this one. Big Amy Hennig fan, especially her work on the Uncharted series back in the day. She's had a string of bad luck. And also, I'm just looking forward to another superhero game that might actually be good in a genre that I'm more interested in than the likes of Marvel Rivals, for example.
Yes, exactly. So it was first revealed at GDC in March last year. We've had little bits of information here and there. Hennig dropped a concept art thing for the game in December, and it was revealed that the company that's publishing the game is PlayOn. The game follows, if you don't know what it's about, Steve Rogers, he finds his feet as Captain America, and he's kind of going up against Black Panther. There's a bit of a clash there. But it looks to be a lot of fun. The trailer looked incredible last year. So we can only hope that this is true, and we can have all of our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I know I've said that already. I like the time period. This sounds weird to say, but I just think it's it's what I enjoyed about Indiana Jones as well last year. I find the time period compelling, and weirdly, we've said this about first-person shooters with stories before as well, that if you go back like 15, 20 years now, I suppose at this point, the video game market was saturated with World War II first-person shooters.
Yeah.
And now both things are actually quite underserved in video games, probably because people are tired of them. So when we do get them, I'm actually really into them, and I'm excited to see how this turns out. I hope it's good.
Yeah, it will hopefully be a wonderful time. The blurb of the game is, in the chaos of war, worlds collide. Captain America and Azuri, the Black Panther of the 1940s, must overcome their differences and form an uneasy alliance to confront their common enemy. Lots of running, lots of punching, lots of jumping around. Set pieces. Hopefully, this will be a good one.
Yes.
If Amy Hennig's long history of great games is anything to go by, it's going to be a good time.
Hopefully it doesn't get cancelled before it comes out, like all the other stuff that she works on.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Fingers crossed.
Finally, have you been looking to play a PlayStation console, by which I mean the PS5 or any of its peripherals, but have thought, crikey, why is it not going down in price?
Boy, have I.
Well, it turns out that you can now actually rent it if you're so inclined.
And in the UK or Japan.
UK or Japan. Sony is now allowing users in the UK and Japan to rent PS5, PSVR2 and PlayStation Portal devices. In the UK, Sony has partnered with leasing company Raylo for this, with plans covering 12, 24 and 36-month terms. Plans start at £11 per month for the PS5 Digital Slim model with a 36-month lease, and scale up from there for shorter lease durations. So if you want a PS5 Slim, but you only want to do it for 12 months, it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
There's also the PlayStation 5 Pro, which they are leasing for £19 a month for 36 months and scaling up to £27 a month for a 12-month lease. This also goes for the PlayStation VR 2 and the PlayStation Portal and DualSense Edge controller. So there's lots of bits and pieces and monthly costs. You can also rent it for as long as you want and cancel it at any time, but it costs more money. So you don't own it at the end.
This is not a rent to buy thing. You're not paying it off.
You give it back at the end of your lease, whether that's 12 or 24 or 36 months. Some of these costs are a little bit sus. If you've got a PlayStation 5 Pro for 36 months, just as an example, it's £19 a month. It'll cost you £684 over the course of that 36 months. A PlayStation 5 Pro is £700. Now, in 3 years' time, it might be cheaper than that.
Yeah.
So you could end up paying more if you buy it for over a longer period of time. Again, with the DualSense Edge controller, that's £7.50 a month for 36 months. And I don't know about you, but I don't think it's that expensive to buy one of those.
No, maybe not.
So
this is just sort of the gamble, I suppose, of leasing things in general.
Yeah.
Exactly the same goes for cars, except often you own the car at the end most of the time. But I think it's more than anything else. I'm glad that there are options for people who potentially have been missing out, and this is a way for them to get in. But I think it is a bit of an indictment of the price of the PS5 and how it simply has not come down enough.
Yeah.
I know.
Or every time it does come down, they just release a new console and the price goes back up.
Right. I know people who by this point, in fact, before this point in consoles, specifically a PlayStation console's life cycle, they would have upgraded. They don't buy straight away. They wait for a price drop, that sort of thing. They're still not we're potentially approaching near the end, the latter half of the PS5's life cycle, and they're still nowhere near a position to actually buy one because the price is still just so high.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would consider like having an interest in with this situation is the PlayStation VR 2. But again, I wouldn't want it for 3 years or a year really at all. I'd want it for like 2-3 months. Give it a go, play some games, send it back. And that could end up costing me, depending on how much it is to rent it like that.
Yeah, we don't have the VR2. Oh, we do have the VR2.
Yeah, but we just have how much it would cost for a 36-month lease. We don't have the specifics. There's like a wear and tear policy, so if it does come back damaged, if it's got little nicks and dents and regular kind of, someone's used this before, if issues, that's fine. If you break it, you buy it. So if you break it, you lose it, you steal it, they're going to charge you for probably the full amount and then some. So.
It's been very popular in Japan, though. The allocation that they've got for rental devices has apparently already reached capacity. That may only be helped by the fact that, I don't know if you saw, that Sony sold about 100,000 PS5s this week or something after Monster Hunter Wilds came out. So that's huge in Japan right now. No word on whether this will come to the US. And of course, we've seen rental things like this before. Xbox had one historically, didn't they?
Xbox All Access. That was a program that allowed people to buy an Xbox and pay for it monthly, a bit like a smartphone, however you did own it at the end. That was discontinued and scaled back in the US, but it does actually still exist in New Zealand. So big up to the New Zealanders who can still get it whenever they want.
Absolutely, exciting.
But let us know what you think. Would you consider renting a PlayStation 5 Pro for 3 years, or are you just going to save up and buy one? Are you sad about what's happening with Discord? Are you worried, or do you think it's actually all going to be fine in the end? And are you excited for Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra? Is that what it's called?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you're following our social media for all the latest news updates. Follow the podcast channel for a podcast goes out every Saturday. We don't discuss this, but we do discuss other stuff in more detail.
Yes.
Check us out on Monday for some more news right here. And that's about it, I think.
That's it. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.